Hey guys, so I decided to finally do my first Q&A video. I posted on my Facebook and Twitter and said that you could ask me anything that you wanted to, and I got a ton of responses, which I was really excited about. So I went through and I picked out about 50 questions, and I'm going to go through and answer, and hopefully you like it. I got a lot of questions about YouTube. What made you decide to start doing videos? Describe your journey. What or who inspired you to make videos? And what inspired you most to make videos? Well, I pretty much didn't have any idea about the YouTube community until about 2010, and I really wish I had known about it before then. I mean, I knew that there were videos on YouTube, but I really didn't know that there was a whole community thing going on. So what happened is I started thinking about going vegetarian, and I started searching for things on Google, on YouTube, and I found a bunch of YouTube videos, mostly by Onision, on being a vegetarian, and that kind of inspired me to start making my own videos once I decided to do it, because I wanted to like speak out and make a difference. And I felt like a lot of Onision's videos, that I love them and they helped me out a lot, but I thought that they were probably pushing a lot of other people away, and I wanted to make videos with a different approach and kind of just be a little bit nicer about it. How did you meet the LIGO crew? That's actually a really good question. Once I started making videos, I started making a lot of friends in the YouTube community, and there were a lot of things on Facebook going on, like different groups for YouTubers and stuff like that I would join. And I met Scott Martin via, I think, a few mutual friends, and we became friends on Facebook. And I saw him post one of his LIGO videos, a Google Hangout, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool, maybe I can join in one week. And he's like, sure. And once I did, it just kind of stuck, because we got along so well and we were such good friends and we're just so respectful to each other, which brings me to the very next question from Scott Martin. Do you enjoy anal when sober or just drunk? This is, yeah, if you guys aren't already familiar with the show, I'll put a link to Scott's channel right over here. You should go subscribe, because every Wednesday and Sunday I try to make it. Sometimes school gets in the way or other obligations, but I try to be there every Wednesday and Sunday, and we do a LIGO, which is Let Your Google Hangout show, and we pretty much ask each other questions like that the entire time. It's mostly always sexual. At least a good portion of it is. Sometimes we can get into serious stuff, but most of the times it's hilarious, and there's a lot of good people on there that you should go subscribe to. So yeah, do I enjoy anal when sober or drunk? Or just drunk? Thank you, Scott, for that question. I think that he's just got anal on his mind. He likes to take it. I would say if I had to do it, I'd rather be drunk. Just throwing that out there. What do you think about Muslims? I have a lot of friends who are Muslim. I mean, that's kind of a strange question. What do I think about Muslims? I mean, what do I think about the religion? I think it's, silly, honestly, just like I think Christianity is kind of silly. I think it's just a different brand of a delusion. But there are a lot of people that are Muslim and a lot of people that are Christian that I'm friends with, so it's not that I'm judging the person. I just think the religion is silly and closed-minded and all that nonsense. Opinions on Buddhism. Okay, this is gonna probably shock a lot of people, but I mean, I really don't have a problem with Buddhism. Like, I've never had a problem with people being spiritual, and honestly with Buddhism, it's more about yourself and finding a connection within yourself to a greater power or something like that. I mean, it pretty much inspires people to be peaceful. So anything that kind of does that, and I know everybody's gonna say, oh, that's what Christianity does. That's not actually what Christianity does. Some people can take it that way, and good for them, but a lot of people don't. I've never seen a crazy Buddhist, so Buddhism is A-okay in my book. What are you doing that your family wouldn't like in your videos? Everything? How do you approach the topic of religion when dealing with close friends or family without conflict, especially during the holidays, etc.? It's really hard. What I used to do for a long time is I would just lie and go along with it, but I've kind of stopped doing that, because I feel like if I really want to make a change and I really want to, have the results that I want, I have to stop acting like I even buy into that kind of thing. So I've kind of stopped doing that, and I'm a little bit more open with how I actually feel when it comes to religion with my family, but I try to do it in the most subtle way possible, because, I mean, they watch my videos, so they kind of know how I feel. So when they're asking me questions, I think that they're just testing me, honestly, to see what I'm going to say to them or how I'm going to react to them, and I don't want to be a complete asshole to my family. They're my family, so I just kind of say, you never know what could be, instead of, I mean, I think that's better than saying, yeah, Jesus, I'm at least like, maybe, but probably not. Smile. It goes over better that way. Oh, this is a long question. I'm sorry to ask you about religion and atheism, since you've already made a lot of videos about the topic, but I was wondering, what are your thoughts about, let's say, a relationship of any kind where one of the blah, blah, blah. Okay, so one person's atheist and the other person is religious. That's a really hard question, and that's actually something that I've experienced a few times. It's really difficult, especially when one person is, like, let's say, for example, super Christian, or, they're just really into their faith, and they almost have it that it's so important that their partner is part of that too. And whenever you get into that situation, it just is not going to work. Because no matter what you say to me, I'm not going to be evangelical with you. And if that's something that's almost a requirement or a prerequisite for like marriage or something like that, just forget it. It's not going to work. But if you can be adults and kind of agree to disagree, which a lot of people can't do that, then I would say just move on and find somebody who's got more in common with you. I don't know, probably bad advice. Coke or Pepsi? Ew, neither. I don't drink soda. I really don't. Even when I was a kid, I never liked it. Just the carbonation is kind of gross. I, for some reason, kind of like Dr. Pepper, and my dog is walking around making jingly noises, so that's probably nice little background music. What is your personal opinion on the death, wow, I can't even read that, the opinion on the death penalty? I got a couple questions like this. How do you feel about the death sentence? For the longest time, like you guys know that I used to be Christian, conservative, Republican, ew, but I used to be like all pro death penalty, obviously. I was so brainwashed. But I went through a phase where I was like, okay, only in serious situations, you know, what if it was your family that was hurt and you wanted revenge, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm more just against it entirely. I don't think that anything ever justifies taking a life, even if you want it for revenge, and the main reason is that it's just there's so many errors in the justice system. I mean, so many innocent people are killed every year, it's not even funny. I mean, with new evidence that comes out and people are released, even if you have undeniable proof, you know, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk. One innocent person dying is not worth the risk. It's kind of why I am for semi-gun control. Anyways, moving on. Other than making videos, what are some other non-outdoors types of hobbies you like to do? What's your favorite tabletop game to play with friends? Insert sexy joke here. Okay. Tabletop game, hey. I like to play the piano and sing. There you go. I actually have a few videos of me doing that, so I'll just put little links over here. What are your thoughts on the infield fly rule? I don't know, what the fuck is that? If that's sports, don't even talk to me about sports. I do not know anything. The atheist agnostic movement is extremely small in America compared to other modern countries like Germany, Canada, France, and the UK. Is it because the majority of this country is simply that stupid? Yes. Or is there a better explanation? No. Do you think we will ever have an atheist president in America? No, I don't. I mean, because of the same answer for the question before. I mean, I just don't think that this country is at a point, or will it ever be at a point, where that's okay. Maybe in like 20 or 30 years that's a possibility, but right now people are far too close-minded for that to even happen, so no. Do you swallow or spit? You know, I would normally say you should swallow your food, but when you brush your teeth, toothpaste is bad for you, you know? You should not swallow your toothpaste, so I would say spit that shit out, you know? How big is your dildo? From my friend Allison, awesome. Of course she would ask the inappropriate question, but of course swallowing and spitting is kind of inappropriate, but not if you're talking about toothpaste. My dildo is probably about that big, and like maybe like that long, on average. Just kidding, you guys, I don't actually have a dildo. I don't really need one, because I brush my teeth a lot. Why is there no accountability with anything anymore? I have no idea, but if I did know the answer, it would not be my fault. How do you feel about people giving God credit for everything in their lives? Example, God is great, I got the job. Do you think it's damaging to someone's self-worth, giving credit to God for everything they accomplish for themselves? Thank you for your answers. Yeah, I think it's damaging. I think it's just stupid. Like, I think I talked about this in another one of my videos where I was talking about the Olympics, I think, and they were all thanking God for their achievements, and I'm like, right, because God is sitting up there just waiting for you to earn your gold medal. He's not, you know, busy with, like, starvation or AIDS or something, you know. He's helping you win the race. Right. Another long one. This is going to be sort of multiple questions in one. How do you feel about the whole of humanity? I think people kind of suck. Sometimes I get a glimpse of hope that lasts for about 30 seconds before I see something shitty happen again. Do you think that humans can actually make the world a better place for all? I think that there's a group of people who want to do that, but it's not enough to overcome the amount of shitty people that exist, unfortunately. If there was a button that when pushed erases the whole of the human race and everything we've damaged, destroyed, but also accomplished, would you push it? Kinda grim, I know. Yeah, kinda. No, I wouldn't push it because I'm selfish and I don't want to die, and also I think that there's something worth saving in people. Kind of, a little bit. Something. There's something there. Are your boobs even hotter with your top off? I don't know, do they look better now? Oh shit, this is YouTube. I probably have to black this out. Oh well. What would have to happen for you to consider moving to another country? How bad can the USA get? Oh man, I've thought about it, but I don't think it would have to take something pretty big for me to leave because I do like it here. I mean, the main thing is like all my family is here, everything I know is here, my work is here, so it would be difficult to just pick up and leave. But I mean, if somebody like Sarah Palin ever actually became president, I think I'd be like, okay, that's it, I'm gone. Would you marry me or would you marry me? The options are just I can't choose. Is love something more than a biological failsafe? That's a depressing question. Yeah, I don't think it's just a biological thing, because I love my friends and I'm not procreating with them, so I don't know. What do you think of the two-party system that you have in America? I think it sucks ass. How did you get into politics and social issues? I've just always been kind of a confrontational person, and politics and religion really pushes people's buttons, and I like to argue and debate, and I don't know, politics is somehow relevant to life. Somehow. Who are your favorite lesbians? That would be you guys! When do you sleep? I actually already answered this on my Facebook. Never! I'm an insomniac. Sleep is for pussies. If you were a Smurfette, which Smurf can you see yourself falling for? FYI, you rock and your ears rock? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know. I don't know the Smurfs. They're all pretty sexy. I think I would just have a gangbang with like all the Smurfs at once. What was your worst in-person experience with an ignorant tea-publican? I've already talked about this in my videos, but I went to a health clinic one time, and it happened to be a women's center, and I happened to be in my scrubs from school, and there just happened to be a group of protesters right outside protesting abortion, and since I had scrubs on, they imagined that I was the worst person ever. I was the abortion doctor, and they all like came up to me and attacked me and told me, "Do you know what you're doing?" kind of thing, and it was scary. I thought they were gonna like pull a knife on me or something, but yeah. Do you live in the Bible Belt? No, I don't live in the Bible Belt, but I have a lot of family that lives in the Bible Belt, so I pretty much get all the same shit anyways. What has President Obama said or done that you disagree with? A lot of things, but since I was just talking about this again with somebody, he's kind of a dick whenever it comes to marijuana and legalizing it, and I don't know why, but he's actually done more to prevent it from being legalized than Bush did, which is kind of shocking. Kind of a douchey thing to do. So yeah, that's a lot of questions that I just went through. I think it was over 50 that I answered. I'm probably going to do another one of these at some point, so if you have questions, ask on my Facebook page and my Twitter page. Links are in the description, and hopefully you guys like this video. So give it a thumbs up, favorite it, share it everywhere, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.